Hi everyone, Graham here with the latest updates from We Share Abundance. That's up here somewhere. there. We Share Abundance is a cloud nation. We're an emerging nation. We've been around over 5.5 years now, putting in solid foundations to be here for many generations to come. We're making progress and we're now expanding our economy. That'll benefit all our citizens. They all hold our currency. We give it to them free every month, and anybody can become a citizen. There's no fee, there's no obligation. We're also a non-separatist community. That means we don't put people into groups based on what they look like, what the gender is, where they come from, how much money they've got, what their education is, or anything else. We simply see everybody as a human being, part of one big family, all linked together, all individually unique, all having something unique to offer our community, all of equal value to our community. And we have a little affirmation in a moment that helps us with that ideology. And that'll come straight after the opening prayer, which we're going to have in a moment. And that is there to help us find true happiness in life. It's an inner joy, a peace, a calm that is always with you. You'll still have pleasure when you achieve your goals, and you'll still have moments where you're saddened because something doesn't go right, or you lose a friend or whatever. But underneath it all, you'll have that peace, that calm, that foundation of inner joy that is always there. You wake up with it, you go to bed with it, it's with you throughout the day, and it's actually with you throughout the night in your sleep as well. You'll have wonderful dreams. It's something that everybody seeks. Not everybody knows what's missing from their life, but everybody knows there's something missing. You know, maybe I've got all this money, I've got houses, I've got boats, planes, but and I need something else. They don't know what it is. And it is that inner joy. And you can't buy it. The only way you can get it is through loving service to other people. And the great thing about that is that it also attracts into your life everything that you want and need. And so that's what our little prayer is about. So we're going to get started with that right away now, and then that affirmation, and then we'll bring you up to date with what's been going on in the last couple of days. Excuse me. Dear Heavenly Father, we're so happy and grateful for you, and we ask that you bless the We Share Abundance community, that it may fill each member's heart with unconditional love, and that through that love, bless each member that they may find the joy of service, and through service, attract true happiness and everything they want and need into their life. Amen. And our little affirmation, we're so happy and grateful to be citizens of the United States of the world, with God and truth as our leaders. Heavenly Father, may thy kingdom of peace come into our world as it is in heaven, and free us all from divisive inharmony, that we may become perfect citizens in body, mind, and soul of thy world. Okay, let me welcome you, whether you're watching live or whether you're watching the recording. We are streaming into Facebook group We Share Abundance publicly, X, and YouTube, and the recordings are available there instantly. And we have a lot of people that watch them because not everybody can make 7 p.m. London time. Just not convenient for everybody, but we do have some people that are in here live. Whether you're watching live or whether you're watching the recording, you are equally valued and equally welcomed and equally loved. But when you're here live, it's lovely because you can pop in where you're from and what your name is, and interact with other members, and ask any questions you may have, and hopefully get them answered. Okay, let's have a look. We've got Bayago in from India, and we've got Gary in from St. Albans. We got Lewis in from Lisbon in Portugal. St. Albans is in England, by the way. We've got Leon in from We've got Leon in from California. Remembering Loretta Lynn. I know the name, but I don't know. It doesn't mean much to me. On this anniversary of her birth. Okay, we've got Don in from Vancouver Island in Canada. We've got Life Tech Travel in from somewhere. Not sure who that is. But we got Jeremiah in as well saying, does We Share Abundance still exist? Okay, if it didn't, we wouldn't be here. We've got Life Tech Travel says, I want to ask something. Well, okay, ask. We've got Nankiap in from Nigeria. What about the Share Hope token? What about it? I don't know. What's your question? Good morning from New Zealand, says Carl Lucas. We have Bozina in from Edinburgh in Scotland. And we've got Earn From Home with Doug. Oh, Doug Atkinson from Alberta in Canada. We have Life Tech Travel saying not a lot, but it's Raoul from India. What about Share Hope token? That's not a question. What do you mean, what about Share Hope token? If you've got a question, ask a proper question. The quality of your question will determine the quality of the answer that you get. Can it be withdrawn? Yes, automatically, provided you're qualified to withdraw it. I can put a link in here for you to, I hope, let me see if I can find. Where are we? Share Hope. Copy. Bear with me, folks, while I sort this gentleman out. Okay, here's a link. Go there and it'll tell you how to qualify for withdrawals. Okay. Right, let's move on. We have the numbers, so let me go through those. I think too many people are in the Christmas spirit already. The numbers are not really very staggering. In the last 48 hours, we have an increase of 12 in the 777 plan to 45,944. An increase of 23 in the We Share Abundance registered members to 54,190. The same number, 23, increase in the active member count to 3,303. Success Blueprint dropped 1 to 17. No change in the Easy Team Builder. Best Plan Ever up 2 to 1308. Share Hope Powerline Plan up 1 to 785 in the Pro members. And then we have Thinking Into Reality, an increase of 207 in the free members to 1,812. 1812. Tchaikovsky, bum, 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 bum. 1812 overture. Yeah, 1812. However, the vast majority of them have not completed their KYC, so they don't really count. I don't know how many we've got KYC verified, but it's probably only about 30 or 40 out of 1,812. We had only an increase of 2 in the last 48 hours in the bronze membership, going to 1,638. Um, the only thing that is consistently growing at a decent pace is our social media site, which is up 756 members to 39,273. And of those, we have an increase of 143 active members to 15,667. And that's people that have made a post on the site. 15,667 active. Okay. I don't know whether it's, like I say, Christmas festivities going on already. It's only 2 weeks to Christmas Day, 2 weeks today, isn't it? So maybe people are in that mood, but it is a good time. I've always found it a good time to get out there and promote. People say it's a bad time because people can't be bothered watching videos or reading emails and things like that. A lot of people have a lot of time off, and they may be a little bit hungover, but they have time off, and they do tend to go through and they'll have a look around and look at things, and they'll be thinking, I'm a bit short of cash, spent all this money at Christmas and my credit card are maxed out, and how am I going to do better next Christmas, and you can offer them a solution. Okay. We've got a couple more people here. We have Derekin from West Palm Beach, Florida, and Caroline from Texas in the United States, Florida, United States as well, of course. And we've got Norman in from Doncaster, England. Okay. So that pretty much covers the basic things there. What else do we have? We have probably about 70% completed the coding for the co-op in Thinking into Reality. And I was hoping to get onto some new splash pages and, well, basically a new funnel and campaign for the co-op. And I haven't done it, but I have been working on getting a few things sorted out. There are some trainings now. There's 2 trainings in the bronze plan. There may be additions to the training that's up there at the moment. In fact, the most certainly will be in the silver, because I only got a very short video created, and that will be expanded upon the training in the silver. And I'll be adding to those trainings, and also I've got something that I want to get into the gold member area as well for training there. We've got this Life Tech Travel. I didn't receive a single withdrawal. Well, because you've not earned anything there. What you earn, you can withdraw. Go through the website, go through everything. As an Active Elite member, you may get a freebie as a random withdrawal, which we do on Saturdays. But other than that, you have to put something in to get something out. And it doesn't need to be cash, but it does need to be effort. Okay. Right. Devyani, of course, isn't here. I think most of the questions that come up in support have been things that have been covered already. But there is one thing about qualification, and I think it has been covered, and I think there has been a message out about it. But I want to tell you now that if you go and look in your profile, it'll tell you whether you're qualified or not. And if you're not, get out there and refer somebody. It's as simple as that. If they join and they are not going to pay and you're not going to pay for them, make sure they've done their KYC. Because in that way, they will in time go through the system and be eligible for the system to pay for them. We do have quite a bit of funds. I don't know whether in the PIF bank to pay for people. We have $893 in the PIF bank to pay for people, but not many people come through to be paid for. Unfortunately, it takes a time to get them through, and nobody else seems to be helping people out because, as I say, we only had 2 people that became bronze members in the last 48 hours. And I think I probably paid them in from an admin account. So there you go. We've got Ramachandra in as well from Watford in England. And he's letting me know I'm coming through loud and clear. Today, I had more discussions on the banking situation, and it's not going very well because we've got legal issues that keep changing. And if you're in any of the banks or anything, you know, they're updating conditions on a regular basis, trying to keep pace with the stupid legislation that there is about. And I think Revolut are the latest people I've seen updating our terms. And but I do have a meeting tomorrow with somebody who seems to have solved, or he reckons he's solved, all our issues and problems that I've been putting out. And that is tomorrow afternoon, I think. Yeah, I think tomorrow afternoon about 3:30, something like that. So we hopefully will learn something from that one. He reckons it's going to take 45 minutes for him to go through everything. So we'll see if we can get all the legalities sorted on that and see if we can move forward. We've got Ron just arrived as well from Amsterdam in Holland. So a little bit frustrating. We will get there, or we will find an alternative. I did contact somebody about an alternative, which would mean that we don't need your money, but it would also mean you wouldn't get the same income opportunity. But we're looking into various things, so we will get it right and we will get it all sorted so that we can smoothly pay you in crypto and fiat, whichever you choose. You'll be able to convert crypto to fiat, fiat to crypto. You will be able to hopefully get a card that will be linked and use that so it makes life easier, you know, a debit card. Although, you know, well, it's okay going into a store and paying with your debit card, but if you want to draw cash out, it's getting worse and worse because there's no banks that are around anymore, unless you live in a big city. So here, I go into Bude and I want to draw some cash out, and I went to 4 different ATM machines and none of them had any money in. Fortunately, the 5th one, I did manage to draw a little bit out. So, the banking system is rubbish, and cards, as I say, the cards are useful, but the ATM withdrawal is now getting to the point where, because there are no banks and people want to draw money out, they just run out of cash, particularly at busy times where people want cash, like coming up to Christmas and weekends and things like that. So there you are. It's all Live Tech. It's no good keep asking the same question. It's all in that site. I'm not going to try and explain what is already on the website for you. Just go there and read it. And you can also go to the FAQ page, which is in the main site under help or something like that. There's a lot of information in there. But you have to earn money. We can't pay money out of thin air. It doesn't exist that way. We've tried that and it got us into a lot of trouble. So we can only pay out from what we have coming in, and what we have coming in is dependent on you, basically. I mean, if you're bringing the money in, then you get first claim on withdrawing it. Okay. Which is only right and fair. Okay. So that's it, really. That's what Vishal's on. I'm pretty sure that we'll maybe get that co-op all sorted out and ready by tomorrow, but I won't release it until I've got the funnel in place, because we need that to work in with the system. So I'll be working on that tomorrow, getting that sorted out. I also have a couple of meetings and one that looks very promising tomorrow afternoon. Other than that, folks, I'll be here on Saturday. We'll do a random withdrawal to the Active Elite members. We will do the raffle draw. That's gone a bit under the radar again. Kessler says in Edinburgh we can pay in and withdraw at the post office for all major UK banks. Yeah, it was the post office eventually that I managed to draw some money out from, but there are limits on what you can withdraw. Well, different ATMs have different limits set on them. But yeah, but if you're in a major city, there is a likelihood that you will find more ATMs that are stocked up because people are on top of it a bit more. When you live in the sticks like I do, then like I say, you know, the first 4 ATM machines that I went to, there are only 6 in Bude that I know of anyway. And as I say, the first 4 were just no cash in them. You know, you can't do anything about it. People have drawn it all out. And in fact, a few days ago when I went to the post office was closed, but their ATM machine, they have an ATM machine on the outside, and That'd run out of cash, actually. Okay, so there we go. I'll be here on Saturday. We'll do the weekly charity raffle draw. We'll do a random withdrawal for Active Elite members, and I'll bring you up to date with what goes on in the meetings tomorrow. And on Monday, Deviani will be back, and there are a few more tweaks to TIR, which I'm hoping we can get done in about a week. Then we can move on to something else. We've got the Banished Poverty Plan, which needs bringing up to date and sorting out so that people can start making the money there. We've got people that have got subscriptions in there. And we've got the raffle that I want to rejig. We've got the mall. An awful lot to do. So much to do and so little time. As Winston Churchill said, when some temperance people came into his office and said, "Do you realise, Mr. Churchill, that the gin that you've consumed in your lifetime, if it was to be poured into this room, would fill your room up to the mantelpiece?" And he looked from the mantelpiece up to the ceiling and he said to them, "So much to do and so little time." Okay, that's it from me. I'll see you all on Saturday. God bless you all. And like Life Tech Travel, if you've got information that you need to find out, go through the website, go through the main site, go through the help section. There's a frequently asked questions in there, and go through all the plans on the welcome page. Okay, God bless.